Hello everybody, my name is TRG and today, well, we're gonna do a little relaxed video as I've got this. So one of my friends actually borrowed me an album full of video games on CDs from different gaming magazines because that was a thing in Poland. So I was just like, okay, but that's more material for me. But when I started just browsing this, it was just such a hit of nostalgia because I've lost a lot of CDs that I originally had from like gaming magazines. Well, I moved from like 2 different cities already in my life and it just lost. A lot of CDs got lost, destroyed, thrown out, given away, and now I kind of regret it. So when I was just browsing, this was just bringing so many memories because a lot of these games I played, a lot of these games I've actually had the exact CD, and a lot of these I wanted to play. So we're just going to go today and browse through them for fun. It wasn't uncommon to see people keep games in an album like this. So without further ado, it's a little tricky to open. It doesn't stay open, but I remember actually having this copy of... Wait, this one is... I actually had a copy of Civilization, but this one is from a different gaming magazine, because what they do, still to this day, still sell with video games. That was a big draw in the 90s, in the year 2000, before the internet was a thing. Well, it was a thing, but just not as popular and not as available here. So a lot of these CDs not only contained video games, but they contained demos, patches, bonus stuff, funny stuff from the internet. Yes, memes on the CDs, if you could believe that. But yeah, they always had some sort of full version of game, how they always touted it, and how they always described it. And they're not the newest games. It's not like you're going to have a game that's a year old. It was likely to have a classic game or something that was 3 years old. So here we actually have 2 CDs. Most of these CDs are from CD Action. There's a little logo here. But I might do a video on them, actually, because that's a topic I like and I like the magazine. So yeah, we have Civilization Call to Power. I actually had this game from a different gaming magazine than CD Action, but same thing. Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX. Actually never played this one. I might give it a spin. And yeah, a lot of these were just so good. I mean, Grand Theft Auto, the first one. This is the first one on CD. I never actually had an original of the first game. I had the second one, but the first one never had it on an original CD. I always had a pirated copy when I was a kid. And let's be honest, a lot of kids pirate video games because they have no money to buy video games, and it just wasn't great. I like the second one better. The first one was nice, but eh. Virtua Fighter for PC, The Moon Project, Theocracy. I actually, out of all those 4, I believe I had Theocracy. It's a strategy game about like an Aztec empire. I think, if I remember correctly, but I do not know how to exactly play it. It is a mystery. And oh, The Moon Project. It's not played this, but let's see what the demo games are. Burning Cars, Operation Blockade, Michael Schumacher Racing World Kart, and Grouch. Grouch rings a bell, but I'm not sure what it was. What Theocracy had is, let's see. Snowcross Extreme, Colorbot. Oh, I remember Colorbot. I never actually got around to figuring out how this game works because as a game it actually needs coding to play it. Hot Wheels Mechanics and Solaris. Haven't played those. Let's move on. Caesar 2! I actually had this CD, and exactly this CD with the big crate. Oh, and this is a classic here. Cow the Kangaroo. It's actually a Polish game. Sort of an old school platformer, kind of like Crash with shitty controls. It had shit controls. I do not remember how I could play it. I might actually, if there's enough interest, I might actually review it. By the way, if you see something here that you would like to see a review on, a video on, type it in the comment. I'm serious. I'm just gonna do a video on it. Big Race USA, the Pro Pinball table. That was really cool pinball. Really detailed though for its time. Caesar 2 strategy sim, like sort of a Roman Sim City, I would say. It wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. Extra 10 minigames from the internet and add-ons to 6 games. Like these CDs were packed full of stuff. Let's see, Free Space 2. Ooh, Free Space 2 was made by Volition. Well, they now make games that have dildo bats. But you can see, I've seen all this. I wanted to play this, or I played this, or I had it. It just feels so good. I believe I had this, the big scale racing, but I believe it didn't work on my PC back in the day, and I sort of lost the CD. Ski Park Manager, I believe I played it at my friend's house, and we couldn't figure out how to play the game actually, so no idea. This is an Action Plus CD. It has a demo of Hitman 2. Wow, Impossible Creatures. Oh god, and this thing here. It was just a German game about shooting chickens from the air. It was so fucking popular here. And I think in Germany, I don't know why, it was dog shit. Yeah, let's move on. Hype! I've had this exact CD, and I've almost finished Hype the Time Quest once. It was a great game. If you don't know, it's an action-adventure platformer kind of game, I would say, with some actually RPG elements, time travel and whatnot. It was, I can't remember which blocks they were. They were like people from Lego blocks and whatnot, but it's a different company. I'm not sure if it was Duplo or something similar. But oh man, Knights and Merchants, good game, good strategy game, hard as balls, and Chasm the Rift. Like, these games are not the newest, but one thing I cannot say is that people who picked up these games, who decided what goes into the, alright, this month we're gonna give them this game. And they were always good games. There wasn't never a time where I bought something and it was like total shit. Or at least, well, it wasn't garbage, like in a garbage game, but it sometimes was that, I don't like this game, but I can see why people liked it. For example, I didn't really like Alone in the Dark 3. It was in one of the CD Action magazines. By the way, CD Action still costs around 16 Polish zloty, which is around $4, so $4 for video games. Why wouldn't that be great? And sweet. First Worms, Delta Force, I actually had this. Ooh, and Quake 2, I actually want to check it out, because a lot of copies of Quake 2 that were given out later, as later releases, don't have the music. Or maybe I checked it, I'm not sure. I might have checked the CD, and I think this one doesn't have the music on it, which is a bummer, because what's the point of playing Quake without the kick-ass soundtrack? And I mean Quake 2. Like, why? Why would you play Quake without a soundtrack? Moving on, Mig Alley. I believe this is a flying simulator game, something like that. Max 2, I think it's a strategy, but I don't know. Like, these games, I have no idea what they exactly are. Hellboy game. Oh. Was it any good, really? I kind of know that a game exists, but not if it's getting good. And oh yeah, also software CDs. Some software to teach you English, some Website X5's Mod Edition. These CDs were actually cool, because they packed a whole CD full of useful stuff like antiviruses, WinRAR, just burning programs for burning CDs, everything that you could use, movie players, music players, skins for, I don't know, Winamp. They were really cool, and if you didn't have internet, yeah, this was a lifesaver, really. Moving on, we have Extermination by Techland. So let's pull this out. Extermination by Techland. I'm not sure what this is. I remember the title very vaguely, but a lot of Techland's first games never actually made it. I think never made it, or were not popular, or were not good, and didn't appear overseas. So this might be something that only came out in Poland. There's a lot of games like that. Most like exclusive to Poland games were not that good. Especially one very shitty adventure game that I might cover one day. A full version of Carmageddon 2 and V-Rally. I mean, in Screamer 4x4. I mean, just great fucking titles. Ooh! And something else some people really don't like, apparently. But I really do. Woodruff and the Schnivel of Azimuth. Actually, some people complain that this game is a little too hard, but it's hard to judge for me, because when you actually bought the Komputerświat Gry, the magazine always came out with a walkthrough. So, it's just, okay, I don't know what to do, so I'll just look at a walkthrough, okay. And now that I remember kind of the game, it feels a little easier. But I understand why people would say that this game is just some of its quests, tasks, and puzzles are a little bullshit. Gunlock, haven't played it. By Rebellion, huh? Death Trap Dungeon, no idea what this is. Fighting Force by Core and Eidos Software. I think it was like an arcade game, some just free roaming arcade game with fighting in it. Ooh, look at this! It's a really original CD of Grand Theft Auto. A Bionicle CD, Eraser. I just played Eraser. It wasn't that good. It was just a racing game, but it had this. I was used to more arcadey styles of control, but Eraser was just, hey, let's make this totally realistic, and it's just controlled like total dog shit. Wizards and Warriors on 2 CDs. By Empire, Activision, and I can't read. There's a developer name, but it blends so much with the artwork on the CD, I just have no idea who they are. Dark Vengeance and Heretic 2. Some really good games. Ultimate Race Pro. Oh my god. Croc, The Legend of Gobos. If you never play this game, play this fucking game. It's a really sweet platformer. Made by the Argonaut Software, the guys who previously, I think they were originally responsible for the first Star Fox game, I believe? Something like that? Or they was responsible for the graphics engine? I'm not sure right now, but Croc is amazing and you should all totally play it. And Floyd on 2 CDs, which is, if you recognize this guy, you know that this isn't the original title. The original title is The Feeble Files, but for some reason the Polish version is just called by the main character's name. And that happened in a few older adventure games where the Polish title was different from the original, but not a lot of times. People just nowadays mostly translate the subtitle, or even don't do that at all. But yeah, and we're slowly getting to the end where we have the original Pokemon trading card game. If you never played it, it's awesome and you should totally do. An original Die by the Sword. I remember having this game. I never figured out how to actually fight in it, because it has this system where you can freely move the sword, I think, if I remember correctly. And do I see this correctly? Yeah, it's actually made by TRG. Huh. Now they only do Call of Duty games. This just feels so good. Just looking back at all these old games and realizing there's so much in the past that I still want to play. And just like I said before, if you want to request a game for me to cover from these, just leave a comment below, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video. It was a little nice, fun, relaxing, unscripted video I did, and I hope you all enjoyed it. See you next time.